What's up, everyone? It's Lee here, the rental guy from my shop. It's Sunday, and today I've got a special video for you. You're probably wondering, and I want to tell you what items I bought this year, what worked for me. Let's get into it. Oh, by the way, for those of you who don't know, this is my party rental warehouse. I started this 4.5 years ago from the garage of my house, and I built my way up to, well, this is my warehouse here, right? The showroom. And then there's a back area, laundry, all that. And I vlog my week to week, basically behind the scenes of my party rental business and give tips and tricks. So in my pursuit to become a well-rounded party rental business, I've been constantly, aggressively adding items in hopes that I find some banger items. The hope is to add as many items as possible and charge the amount that they'll pay for themselves inside of a year. But in our pursuit to adding all these items, we often find some banger items that go out steadily through popular weekends. And through this video, we're gonna go into some of those items. I think that it's probably good to go over the core items when you're starting a rental business. I mean, your core items are the ones that obviously go out, but we'll just quickly touch on those. So I'm just gonna head to the back of the warehouse here. Okay, so the core items, the items that you need to have and need to start with are tent, tables, and chairs. I started out with basic brown folding chairs. I think that they're all actually out right now. Anyways, basic brown folding chairs like these red ones here. And then I worked my way up to white fan back chairs, which are great for weddings. Standard plastic folding tables. These are the 8-foot version, but I've got 6-foot version over here. Those are great for people picking up in vans. And then I worked my way over to the wood banquet tables. They last longer, and they're just better tables. So tents, pop-up tents. So I've got pop-up tents over here and then up here. So pop-up tents is great. And I worked my way into marquee tents. My marquee tents, again, are just kind of sitting on those racks there in the gray boxes. Those are the parts in the white bags. Those are the tent tops. So tents, tables, chairs are your core items. You start with those. For me, another core item is photo booths. Unfortunately, I don't have any photo booths in my warehouse. They're all out right now, but I can show you a little clip of what they look like. And every year I start expanding a little bit more. I expanded from tables to cocktail tables, right? I expanded from 6-foot tables to 6-foot and 8-foot tables. I extended from chairs to, well, bar height stools. It's important for weddings that you add round tables. So these are plastic 5-foot rounds. Up there are wood 5-foot round. Invest slowly. I invested in stage. Those are some stage panels. But this all has to be done in a process. You can't just add it all bam at the start unless you've got lots of money to invest. You can start with these little things and work your way up. I'm at a point right now where I'm buying lots of little items to round it out. People come seeking all these smaller items now that they think of us as a place where they can get pretty much anything. So let's get into some of these items that I got. Oh, another core item, dishware. As soon as you can get sinks and washing and stuff like that, then you can get into linens because you can launder them, and you can get into dishes because you can wash them. Okay, so I made a list of a few of the items that I purchased this year, just so you know what I've been purchasing, because I've been on an attempt to aggressively purchase items to well-round my business while purchasing core items, of course. So I've purchased more uplights, tug-of-war rope, reverse dunk tank, another one of those, coffee machine, Better Together glowing sign, curtain lights, Pandora's box gaming machine, another karaoke machine, a parachute game, cotton candy machine ×2, cake stands, laser tag projectors, flowers for my wife to create flowers. Those are just a few of the things. So I try to make a purchase, every day, every few days, something like that, until the money stops, and then obviously I have to stop purchasing. When you purchase a bunch of items, you inevitably find items that go out for you in your area. So I found a few items that are, in my eyes, banger items. So uplights have seemed to be absolutely fantastic. Easels have been really good. I mean, they're small profit, but still they go out. And I believe that they're a Segway item. Connect 4, I can't seem to get enough of them. Karaoke machine's been popular enough that I had to buy a second one. The love letters, out of all my marquee letters and everything that I've done, the love letters have really just seemed to shine through. Everyone wants them, everyone's advertising them, and they go out for a cheap price, but in the middle of summer when everyone else is rented out of their love letters and there's people looking, people will pay 2-3 times as much for the love letters. So I just keep my prices high now, and they seem to go out. String lights are a great item, and they go out on their own. People do rent them as, one-offs for little parties. And then they go out with tents, of course, in packages. But yeah, I just keep my prices high for them now, and they seem to go out as last-minute items during the summer quite a bit. People want to buy the string lights. Oh, we'll just get them from Costco. Costco's run out. Well, where do you get them? You rent them from a rental company. It costs almost as much as buying them, but they don't care. They just, as soon as they buy it, bam. So I've got these little electronic bags right here that I keep my uplights in, and here, I'll show you. I use the cheap uplights, and people seem to love them. I don't want to give people too expensive of product, because if they bust it, I don't really want to be out. So you would call myself kind of an amateur audio video guy, but I seem to make a profit of it as I start to steadily get into better audio videos. So right here, these are the Rockville Par 50 uplights. And, they're kind of annoying because they don't even have a remote that changes the color. You have to kind of put in the code in the bottom, but I figured out how to do that. I made a page on my website that links through this QR code that we have attached to every one of the lights, almost every one of the lights. There's a QR code, and when it's scanned, it shows them how to program the lights. These things are worth about $50 each. If you look closely on eBay, you can get them cheaper, and they're cheap, but people love them. They rent them, keep them at a low price point, $20 or under, and they will go out every weekend. I've doubled my amount of inventory for these because they just keep renting. They're summer items that they rent during the summer, but then they also rent for winter events. So uplights are great. And I've got, the white ones, because the wedding people, they just like the white look, right? But then I've got, the black ones, just in case people decide to, that they want the black ones, right? So I can cater to each demographic. On my YouTube channel, in the community tab, I did make a little section asking you what is the most popular out of these items. So I, put a karaoke machine, I put uplights, I put an easel, and you had to choose out of all the items which was the most popular for you. And majority of you chose uplights. So I mean, people in our business, uplights might be the next thing for you. So consider that. So, since winter's coming, winter items that you want to think for Christmas parties: cocktail tables go out lots, dishes go out lots, uplights go out lots, photo booths go out lots. Actually, photo booths go out during the wedding season and Christmas season. Photo booths are just great for all around. That is another banger item, but I consider it a core for me, so. It's really been my guilty pleasure to widen out on specialty items. So I've been buying lots of, arcade systems, Sinden light gun, retro shooter, Pandora's box, arcade units, and virtual reality and racing and stuff like that. And this is more so my guilty pleasure. It pays for itself and then a little bit more. But these items I really kind of have to go out and grab. So I make a flashy video showing it. And then, I have like video game rentals marketed on my website, and with a little form there. Usually people fill out the form because they don't really know what they're looking for. It takes kind of a techie to wrap your head around it. So as soon as they fill out the form, I call them, and then I pitch the idea of an arcade to them, us going in and setting up, the Dance Dance Revolution, or Step Mania, what we call it, and making an arcade that looks like some of these ones that I'm posting videos of here. Some items you buy and they sit forever, and then eventually they just go. And I can't explain why. Laser tag, that was one for us. It didn't go out once last year. They stayed in the box. I had 2 sets of laser tag guns, and they sat in the box. And this year they went out about 4 times, which is absolutely fantastic. Kids' picnic tables, for some reason, didn't really move. And, this summer they did move more. So sometimes things will move more one year and less the next year. So you might just want to wait on certain items, assuming that you have the warehouse space. So there's been items on my website that I claim that I have more of that I don't have as many of, like dishes and like linens, tablecloths, because I can go out and buy them, right? I can, people place an order and then I can build my inventory up that way. So there was a lot of times this summer when I had to go out, people ordered more linens, some came back destroyed, whatever may have happened. So I would place an order to linentablecloth.com, and they would send me more linens, and that would be great. So I've been building up inventory through the busy months as orders have been coming in. But if I couldn't get an order placed in time, I rely on sub-renting. So I keep a company, a rental company close close to me, and they've helped me out on quite a few items. Some of the items that they've helped me out on this summer are when I've had some missing tent poles for whatever reason, missing junction points, some missing pipe and drape pieces, you know, like little things that would be hard to rent or hard to source. If you stay close with a local rental company, you treat them good, then they'll treat you good too. You know, when you go pick up the rentals from them, you know, bring a drink for the office people or something like that, because you have to foster those relationships, because when you need them, I mean, and they're there for you, that's everything, right? And, you know, turn around, you have to be there for them as well. So not that I think they'll need me, because they're a lot more established than me, but if they're going to need me, I'll be there for them. Putting extra items on the truck for deliveries, or keeping extra items in the warehouse, is great, because when people come and pick up, they often forget, or they rely on you for extra items or to know what they need, right? So if someone rents a pop-up tent, but they didn't add the weights to it, because, you know, some people want stakes for it, some people want weights. We do stakes and ratchets in our area as well. Well, we want to be like, hey, you know, like, did you want to add these weights? You didn't add weights to your order. They'll be like, oh crap, what kind of ground is your tent on? Well, it's on grass. Oh, okay, so we'll add some stakes and ratchets, right? Or if they pull up in a truck, it's like, oh, do you have, you know, tie downs to tie these down? And they're like, oh no, we didn't bring that. And it's like, okay, well, you know, we'll add a few of these ratchets, and you know, it adds a little bit of money. So last minute orders, people pick up cotton candy machines, and they forget to add the floss, or they think that they're going to buy this stuff themselves, and they just drop the ball. You know, beer pong table, it's like, oh, do you need the little, you know, the balls and the cups and all that kind of stuff. So those are some items that move for me, and this is kind of just me reflecting on items this year. Question that you might be having in your head right now is, well, how am I supposed to get those items to move? And that's a very good question, because one-off items are a little difficult to move. You know, I talk about karaoke machines, and I say that they're a great profitable item, yet you show me that they're not renting for you at all, or you're not even carrying them. You say that uplights are good for you. So uplights, you know, you may have a way to get those, but karaoke might be standalone, and you may not know how to market them. So I've got a video right here about basically how to make a landing page that will pop out on Google, so that you can separately market each item on your website to start getting these sales on these individual items. So click into this video right here to learn how to make specific pages for websites that Google's going to love, and you're going to get bookings for these selective items that are popular, like a karaoke machine. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, well, give me one of these, and we'll see you on the next one. You stay classy. Oh yeah, wacky inflatable tube man. That was a recent ad.